I'm Ashley Davidson. I'm the librarian here at Silver Creek Primary School. As the librarian, I teach the kids how to use the library, but I also have another role. I'm teaching them social emotional learning. So at the primary, we use the Zones of Regulation as our framework for SEL, which is social emotional learning. And Zones of Regulation teaches kids emotional vocabulary and self-regulation strategies. So the emotional vocabulary part is something we've been working on for the last 4 weeks. We've been talking about the 4 zones and how our feelings fit into those zones. The first zone we talked about was the green zone, which is calm feelings, very well-regulated, ready to learn kind of feelings. And then we talked about the blue zone, which is sad, low energy, tired feelings when we're feeling bored or upset or sick. Then we moved into some higher energy zones, which are yellow and red. So in the yellow zone, our energy is kind of elevated. Those are feelings like excited and frustrated, where we might need to use some sort of regulation strategy to help our bodies stay under control. And then in the red zone are our highest energy feelings, our highest states of awareness, with anger is one of the most common feelings we talk about in that zone. And then harder, some more difficult feelings for them to understand, like feeling terrified or feeling very anxious about something. So those are the highest states of awareness, and those are the times when we really need to use tools to help us stay under control and stay safe at school. So each classroom has a calming corner. Our library has a calming corner with visuals to help kids think about their zone, think about how they're feeling, and what strategies they can use to regulate those things. So all of our staff here are trained in zones and are all working together to use the same language to help our students in the classroom and in every room in our building.
My name is Emily Owens. My role here at Silver Creek Elementary is I'm the librarian. So special area, they come here, they check out books, we read a book, we chill, we take it easy. It's a fun time. So the book fair is an opportunity for the students to come and discover a book that they would like to read, really have the power of choice, and buy a book that they want. There's also cool notebooks and pens and erasers and lots of other incentives for them to buy books. The goal of the book fair is to incite excitement around reading. Personally, I remember book fair when I was growing up, and I remember the exact book that I bought. It was Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and it was the very first book that I bought, and I just fell in love with reading. And it was because of the book fair, and that's what we want to happen. We want them to have the power of choice, choose a book, and fall in love with reading. That's our mission. That's why we do book fair, because we want them to love books. We want them to love reading. They get excited when they see all the different selections, and they get to explore maybe topics that they haven't even heard of. They get to choose, which, I mean, library does that too, but this is a book they can take home and they have ownership over. It motivates them to actually read their book. It's just a great jump start for them to really fall in love with reading. It's wonderful.
My name is Mr. Luther. I teach engineering and technology to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. That's a little bit of change from where we were last year. For the last several years, we've did engineering and technology for 7th and 8th, but now we're doing it with 6th as well. I'm not teaching bit class anymore. In 6th grade, we do flight and space engineering, so they learn about different types of wings and Newton's laws of motion. We put different chemicals together and see what kind of thrust we get to shoot a little canister up in the air. That's actually what we'll be doing this week. In 7th grade, we do computer science. So for the first half of the semester, they use microbits. So it's like a little microchip that they program. They can use different inputs and outputs. The second half of the semester, we use MIT App Inventor, and the kids create their own apps, and we make flow charts and make games and do all kinds of fun stuff. In 8th grade, we do automation robotics, so the kids build robots and We have a whole lot of different projects that they make, but we follow the design process, and we'll make race cars and toys and all kinds of stuff.
Would you say a lot of kids like to join your class?
I think so. There's always some that aren't sure what they're getting into, so they come in not knowing what to expect. But I think in the end we have a lot of fun, and we do a lot of fun projects, and there is some work along the way, but most people enjoy building robots and programming microchips and testing paper airplanes and all that good stuff.
And then could you go a little more into the what a microbit is?
So if you're familiar with what a Raspberry Pi is, a microbit's very similar to a Raspberry Pi. It has everything built in, so you don't have to put an SD card in it. So it has all the programming built in. We use a program called Microsoft MakeCode. We program it with different inputs and outputs, so like different sensors, different like buzzers and speakers and all that kind of stuff. But they'll make a project where one of them, they use a servo to make something move, so they can make an interactive art display, or they can make a pet food dispenser. And then we have another one where they can make a safe, so they can either make something that an alarm goes off when the safe is opened, or an alarm goes off when a notebook is open. And like I said, the microbit is just it's like the computer. It's a mini computer. Well, before I started teaching this class, I taught elementary school. I taught technology for 10 or so years, and I learned that I really liked teaching technology. So then I got this opportunity, and I came in, and it just kind of lets me teach something that's outside the box, something that's hands-on, something that's different than what most people do. So you get to have a lot of fun and do a lot of things that most people don't get to do when they're teaching school.
Hi, my name is Luke Campbell. I'm the vice president of the senior class. I am excited for the senior trip. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Should be a cool experience. I've never been to Washington, D.C., and I think it's a great way for us as a class to bond and get to see each other in a group setting one last time. I'm not actually going on senior retreat, but I'm sure it's going to be a great time for what we have planned for our classmates.
Hi, my name is Peyton Lacey. I am the senior class president. I am excited for senior retreat. It's going to be a fun getaway for me and the classmates to hang out and do a lot of fun things together, play a lot of games, really get to know each other, and just bond before we all go our separate ways. And I think it's going to be at a fun place out by the lake, and it's going to be good to get away from school for a while. I am excited for the senior trip. Our class sponsors have planned a fun and trip very down to the T of where we're going and how we're doing it. The officers, we have fun things that we're going to get to do, such as crowning the tomb of the unknown soldier, and it's going to be a great time, and I'm excited to go and bond with all my classmates. I am excited for graduation. We get to speak, and that'll be cool. I'm a little nervous about it, but all in all, I think we're going to do great, and I think it's going to be a great ceremony. WTO.
Hi there, I'm Alex Smith, the director of the SCAV program here at Silver Creek High School. Thanks for watching today's broadcast. If you have any ideas for any future stories, please reach out to us. My email address is asmith@scsc.school. Thanks for watching. Go Dragons.